Do you have this kind of people around you who love to brag, show off, and like to educate others? In fact, they are good for nothing and can't do anything. They give others the impression that they are experienced. If those who are not familiar with them are really likely to believe them. There is another kind of people who are just the opposite. They are capable and smart, but they are very low-key and even a little inferior and withdrawn. I believe that the world is not upside down. There must be a reason behind this. Let's talk about this topic today. First of all, let's talk about why people without ability are very confident. The first reason is that they don't know how deep the water is. I have a distant relative who didn't graduate from high school and loves to talk about education. Every time we get together, he always says, "Hey, teachers nowadays can't teach. If I were a teacher, I would. He must teach better than them." We all smiled and said nothing. He doesn't even know the basics of parenting. He makes excuses and gets angry when it comes to parenting. But he still thinks that teaching is very simple. It's nothing more than reading the contents of the book to the children. This is a typical case of not knowing that you don't know. It's like a person who has never been in deep water and sees others swimming and thinks that swimming is very simple. They have a simple understanding of complex things, so they think they know everything. Ignorance is bliss. This is what is meant by this kind of people. When a person knows very little about a certain field, he doesn't know how complex this field is and doesn't know how much he doesn't understand. Instead, he thinks he is very good. Real experts, the more they know, the more they realize what they don't know. There are so many. So they will be more modest and more cautious. The second reason is that they need to use self-confidence to cover up their inner anxiety. The less capable people are, the more uneasy they are. They know that they are doing very badly, but they dare not admit it, so they can only maintain their face by showing confidence. Over time, they develop an illusion that they are really good, that they are despised, looked down upon, and insulted. They are inferior and sensitive, so face is particularly important to them, because the surface glamour can cover up everything at a low cost. At least he personally thinks so, and he believes it. He has pretended to believe it even himself. I have seen the performance of a friend who is a salesperson, very bad, but every time at a party he has to brag about how great he is, saying things like, "If I work hard, I will definitely be the sales champion." In fact, we all know that he is using these words to comfort himself. Such people are actually very pitiful. They dare not face their true selves and can only live in the fantasy they have woven. The third reason is that they have not experienced real setbacks. Truly capable people have climbed up from countless failures. They know how difficult it is to succeed. They know how many shortcomings they have, so they are very humble and respectful to others. However, those incapable people often have not experienced real challenges. They either stay in their comfort zone or escape when they encounter difficulties. They have not experienced real setbacks, so they don't know that there are always people better than you. Now let's talk about why truly capable people are not confident enough. First, the more they know, the more they realize how insignificant they are. I know a friend who has been a doctor for 20 years and has very good medical skills. Every time he encounters a difficult case, he gets nervous. He told me that medicine is really too complicated, and we still know too little about the mysteries of the human body. Every time I face a patient, I feel that I am not good enough. This is the mentality of a true expert. They know the complexity of their field, know how many unknowns they have, and know how to always maintain awe. Second, they have high demands on themselves. Capable people are often perfectionists. They have very high demands on themselves. Others think that This is already very good, but they think there is still more. If you don't know the room for improvement, then you will just muddle through. But you clearly know that you can work harder and do better, so there is no reason not to work hard. I have a friend who often wins awards for his design work. Every time he finishes a project, he always says, "Well, I need to improve it next time. It's not good enough." In his eyes, there is always room for improvement. The third is that they have seen truly amazing people. Zhuangzi said that summer insects cannot talk about ice and, well, frogs cannot talk about the sea. People without ability are like summer insects and, well, frogs. They have never seen ice, so they think summer is the whole world. They have never seen the sea, so they think the well is the biggest sea. But truly capable people are different. They have seen more amazing people and know that there are people who are better than you. This kind of knowledge keeps them humble, but it may also make them they lack self-confidence. I will give you a few simple criteria to judge. The first is to see how they speak. Incompetent people like to use absolutes when speaking. This is definitely the case. I tell you that you must do this. Competent people are more cautious when speaking. They usually use, "I think it may be like this," and "in my experience," or "well." There may be other situations. The second is to see their attitude towards different opinions. Incompetent people cannot listen to different opinions. Once someone refutes them, they lose patience. Competent people will listen carefully to different opinions. Even if they disagree, they will respect the other party. The third is to see whether they are willing to admit their mistakes. Incompetent people are too proud to admit their mistakes and don't know what reflection is. Competent people dare to admit their shortcomings and mistakes because they know this is an opportunity for growth. Look at their circle of friends. Birds of a feather flock together. People with no ability are often surrounded by people with no ability, because people with ability will hardly contact them. People with ability are usually surrounded by excellent people. Although this is not absolute, it is true for most people in life. If you are an incompetent person who is still very confident, first of all, don't rush to refute me. Calm down and think about whether I am really that good. Then try to contact the really good ones and see how they do things. You will find the gap. What is more important is to learn to admit your own shortcomings, and it is not shameful to admit your own ignorance. Pretending to know is the most shameful. If you are a person who is capable but not confident enough, you have to realize that your humility is a good thing. It shows that you have self-knowledge. But don't be overly modest. Moderate self-confidence is necessary. Excessive humility is inferiority complex. Inferiority complex will make you timid and not decisive enough. Another very important point is that your value does not need to be recognized by everyone. For those who have no ability but still like to pretend, don't be too serious with them, just keep your distance. There is no need to burst their fantasy. For those who are capable but not confident, give them more encouragement and recognition. They often need support more than you think. I hope everyone can have a clear self-awareness. Neither blindly arrogant, nor overly inferior. Know your own weight, and then improve yourself down to earth. This is the right way. Remember one sentence: the truly strong do not need to prove how strong they are. The truly wise know how ignorant they are. If you think what I said today makes sense, then like and forward it to your friends in need. If you disagree with my point of view, you can also discuss rationally in the comment area. See you next time.